Nearly 10 months after tearing his ACL, Kyrie Irving is set to return to the court in January 2026. From the injury, to the surgery, to the long recovery, the question remains, can he get back to that Uncle Drew version of himself? On March 3, 2025, the Mavericks hosted the Kings. When Kyrie landed after a drive, his left knee bent backward in a freak motion, and later tests confirmed a complete ACL tear. When the pain hit, the whole arena went silent. Yet he made a decision filled with pure Mamba spirit. Before being helped off the floor, he insisted on taking his 2 free throws. The ball swished through the net, and the arena erupted with MVP chants, a moment that became the most heartbreaking scene of that entire season. It wasn't just respect for the game, it was his first declaration of fate. Even if he falls, he'll leave standing. And hidden inside Kyrie's injury was a bit of luck. A full ACL tear is a career-altering injury for a 33-year-old player. But thankfully, the surgery confirmed his meniscus and other knee structures were untouched, clearing a massive obstacle for rehab. Because in many ACL tears, players damage the meniscus too, and that doubles the difficulty of recovery. On March 27, Kyrie had surgery at the Hospital for Special Surgery in New York. His surgeon was Dr. Riley Williams, the same doctor who operated on Paul George, Tyreke Evans, and D'Angelo Russell. He used a hamstring autograft technique that offers a more stable long-term recovery. When the anesthesia wore off, Kyrie began a journey into the unknown. Post-surgery life became a rhythm measured in seconds ticking by. 6 hours of rehab a day became his new normal, underwater treadmill work to take pressure off the joint, balance ball drills to rebuild neuromuscular control, and resistance training to wake those atrophied muscles back up. The medical staff even used biomechanical sensors to track knee stress, and VR exercises to help him maintain his on-court spatial feel. With stem cell therapy and other advanced treatments, his overall recovery timeline is expected to shorten by 10 to 15%. Just 5 months after surgery, Kyrie could already do certain strength and mobility workouts in the gym. By September, he was able to smoothly complete moves like stop on a dime between the legs jumpers and spin fadeaways. Kyrie is eager to return, but the Mavericks aren't rushing him. Instead, they've built layers of protection. His minutes early on will be capped at around 25 per game to avoid sudden load spikes. His role will feature fewer hard drives, and more off-ball actions and spot-up threes. The team plans to trade Klay and AD before the deadline and rebuild around Flag. The Mavericks have zero win-loss pressure this season. And even more reassuring, the contract. In June, Kyrie voluntarily declined his $43 million player option, and in July he signed a 3-year, $119 million max deal with the Mavericks, with the third year still being a player option. There are no must-play clauses. Instead, the incentives reward him for hitting 50 games played. Mark Cuban put it bluntly, "We want a healthy Kyrie. Not a rushed, half-ready Kyrie." At age 33, with multiple previous injuries to that same knee, Kyrie still has 2 big hurdles to cross. First, he already had 2 surgeries on his left knee, the patellar fracture in 2015, and screw removal in 2018. A 33-year-old body has far less margin for error. The 12 to 18-month window after ACL surgery is when re-injury risk peaks, especially ligament laxity. Second, can Kyrie's explosiveness and driving ability fully return? If his rim pressure efficiency drops, he'll have to shift toward more catch-and-shoot offense. For a player used to being the offensive hub, that's a major stylistic adjustment. Klay Thompson's lateral defense declined after his ACL tear at age 30. Jamal Murray recovered to all-star form at 26. Kyrie's ceiling is likely somewhere between the two, and the real variable is whether he adapts to a less driving, more shooting version of himself. The ACL may have torn his season apart, but it never touched the part of him that believes. And belief is where every great comeback begins.